It's a nice place to visit.
Did you take off your filter?
I did. So how'd you guess I was talking about Molly?
You just said her name and I was like, that crazy bitch.
Got right onto that. Yeah.
Right? Like, holy fuck. Yeah, that's one of the things people don't get out here. When people fucking come at you, they come at you.
Larry. My wife Sharon over there.
She's a nice lady too. She's not as pretty as I am, but you know, I got a face I can love. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Fuck yeah.
Makes you a Leo, don't it?
Huh?
Makes you a Leo, huh?
No, Libra.
No. Yeah, Libra.
Yeah, that means he's supposed to be the epitome of equality and justice on the scales and a whole bunch of other fucking bullshit like that. He's supposed to be a diplomat and he's supposed to have rich influences and he's supposed to be all about equality and justice. And yeah, I read all about Libras on the Chinese zodiac. Their version is a monkey. I was born in 80, which is the year of the monkey, and I gotta tell you, it's all a bunch of bullshit. I'm an asshole because I'm an asshole, not because Libra says I got to be.
Right.
At least you're honest.
Right? And happy birthday, Alexander.
No kidding, man. How old are you?
Too old.
Oh, come
Too
on,
old.
man. I was born in 58. When was you born?
What, 2000, double zero, baby. 22.
Oh,
23
you're
actually.
just getting started.
Something like that.
That wouldn't make you 23, it's only 2022.
22 then.
Fuck, he's got more brain damage than you and I combined. You remember what year you were born and how old you are.
I don't always remember.
Well,
I just remember what year I was born.
Thank you for saying it.
you're welcome for making fun of you on your birthday. Thank you for existing, Alexander.
Take care, buddy. Seems like a freak with that.
Yeah, when I was telling you, you know, a lot of people say, and especially to a man, when a man is abused, it's you shouldn't have been there. When somebody comes at you and chooses to abuse you, you shouldn't have been there. You should have chosen not to be there.
Yeah.
You should have chosen to not be where somebody was going to get drunk and try to punch you in the face. You should have chosen not to fucking stick up for your wife, you dumb son of a bitch. You know, you had a choice about that. You could have let him stab her, and you should have, right? And that's what it all comes down to, is people want to tell you what you should have done, and it's philosophically in their mind. But then there's the reality of the situation that that person has actually been in, and yeah, if somebody trying to fucking stab your wife and you take a fucking hit to the face over it, it's not a you shouldn't have been there situation. It's a thank goodness you were fucking there.
Yeah. You know what I find funny?
But people always want to tell me shit like that. The philosophical fucking off in la la land, outer space, weren't there, don't care about the details, don't care what actually happened. They just gonna judge you and tell you how you're supposed to be. In the name of Jesus, praise the Lord. Bless her
I
heart.
heard so many people say that shit. You wouldn't believe it.
No, I would actually absolutely believe it. I grew up in the system. All right, Lincoln High School. You've been to Lincoln High School. Am I wrong, or is that a minority high school?
I graduated. That ain't shit. I went to Garfield High School.
Man, when I went, you went there way before I did. By the time I went there in the 1990s, yeah, 81% minority. The 18.2% of the students that were white were the minority. There was more Asians than white people. There was more black people than white people. There were more Hispanics than white people.
I went to Garfield. It was 96% black.
I can believe that.
I went to the same school as Jimi Hendrix. Went to it. So I know all his cousins.
Happy
They're all my
Boyington,
friends.
Greg Boyington, who was with VMF 214 in World War II. They made a whole series about him called the Black Sheep Squadron.
Yeah, I remember that.
I never met him, but
They made a movie about it.
he went to high school in Lincoln High School in Tacoma, Washington, and then moved to Honolulu.
And my dad had a shop across the street from the bowling alley.
Yeah. And our rivals were Stadium High School.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Still
Down
rivals in the
valley,
90s.
huh?
Yeah. The rich versus the poor.
Oh, yeah, they were rich boys, too. And they
The greasers versus the
always
socias.
got their ass kicked.
Yes, very much so. That's the thing. Fucking Lincoln High School ain't no joke. Them boys were hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't matter what
God, that
nationality
was
you
a
had
day,
to be.
man. I mean, God, I had so many friends there. It wasn't funny.
When I was going there, the three main teachers that I had, they just started a special thing because it's the projects, you know. So they trying to
That
set it
ain't
up.
no projects, trust me.
My dad lives in the only white block in his neighborhood. Now,
Yeah.
maybe back in the day it wasn't the projects, but shit is old, busted, run down, covered in moss, mold, and mildew, ain't been cleaned since 1986. It's
Yeah, I
fucking
lived
filthy.
in 8th and Yesler on the projects, the whole block, right?
See, East D
There's
Street didn't even exist
there's
when you
only
lived there.
2 white families
Not the part
on
my
the
dad lives
whole
on.
fucking building. Had a lot of black friends.
Yep, me too. And that's one of the things about growing up in the system. Like, I didn't know shit about white people. None of my peers were white. Not a goddamn one of them. If there was, I was in a facility with 200 kids, and there was 3 or 4 white kids going, "Oh my god, oh 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 my
Oh,
god."
come on, man. Everybody's the same. If you treat them right, they'll treat you right usually, but until you have to go home.
No, 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 no. No, in there, it's segregation. It is absolute segregation.
Black people against white people.
There aren't very many white people. Lincoln High School wasn't too bad compared to growing up in the system. In the system, yeah, you either stick together with your color or you are fucked. And there ain't enough white
Oh,
kids
that's
for you to
bullshit.
stick
My
with your color.
brother-in-law's black.
Your brother-in-law's skin color doesn't make it bullshit. Your brother-in-law's skin color does not make the hell that I grew up in invalid. It doesn't mean that
I
it
didn't
didn't
say it
happen.
didn't happen. I believe you.
And I can tell you what facilities, and
My
of course,
skin color mattered at the time when I was there. They fucking going home, going to school was okay, but going home,
well, see, Lincoln High School, yeah, absolutely. I had to worry more about going home when I was in Huntington Beach, California, though.
I'm talking Seattle.
Yep, you are talking Seattle. And I remember Seattle. I remember the rock rap wars of the 90s, all up the friggin' West
I
Coast.
wasn't going to school then, but back in the 70s, you know.
Yep. That's the thing. Things changed since the 70s. Chapel, Nebraska, if somebody woke up from a coma from the 1970s and went to Chapel, Nebraska, it would not be the town that they walked into with the exception of the courthouse, except the courthouse has a bunch of additions
That's
sticking
like
off
now.
of it.
I just woke up from a coma, and life ain't the same.
Yep.
Can't even go back to work.
That's the thing about getting injured and needing help, and that's right when everybody decided it was okay to pounce, okay to be mean, okay to be cruel. I was like, hey, my back is fucked up. Could you take me to the hospital, please? Could you take me to storage so I can drop my stuff off at storage and maybe I could walk
You
to
go
the
storage
hospital?
down there?
Hospital? No, I don't.
Oh.
No, this is all the way back in Colorado in 2015 when I hurt my back, and people just didn't care. When I was no longer to do them favors, when I couldn't, help those battered
Yes,
women move
fuck
out of
you
that
then, huh?
abusive relationship, that abusive house.
Fuck you then, huh?
Yep, exactly. And it'd drive you crazy. Back pain would drive you crazy like nothing else.
Trust me.
You
My
know.
back hurts right now because it's
What's it like stepping off a
fell.
curb?
And fell on something, bruised myself pretty good, hit my arms, and of course messed my back up.
We tend to tell a man if something happens to him, it's his fault for being there. But we're all expected to coddle a woman, even if she's just playing victim. And if we don't, we're not men.
Do what? Call a woman?
Coddle them.
Oh,
If
yeah.
she pretends and plays victim, we're supposed to bend down and bow down to her every will and whim. And there are services for
Sorry, I
women.
don't do that.
I don't either. I just helped Tom out. He was the one who was being abused, not Molly. Molly wanted to try to blackmail him and all sorts
That's
of
what I
shit.
notice a lot of women like to do, is railroad you.
Yep. Well, they're taught to do that. They're taught that it's okay for them to do that because
Get right
men are
here.
bigger than they
want
are.
to get right here.
And I can see plainly that you are littler than me and I'm smaller than average. A lot of women are bigger than me.
My wife's bigger than me.
Yep. But
I'm gonna get out of here before.
in a DV, they can use the statistics instead of the reality and say that you're supposedly stronger than her because you have a penis. And you're supposed to magic yourself out of it because you have a penis. A penis trumps everything. People couldn't possibly abuse you because you have a penis. It's like having a steel cape that wraps around your whole body, like a magnum condom. Except it's made of steel.
Right.
But the reality is, we don't have a giant steel cape condom, and there's no alien coming down here to probe our enemies for us.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get this out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Do you got to get out of here? Well, you better get out of here. You're good. Thank you, Larry.
Take care, man. Did you ever go to those dinners?
I do. I went to the one tonight. I got dinners right there.
Yeah, that big salad.
Yep, I've seen you online. I didn't get a salad because I can't eat them. But that guy who was out here talking to himself the last few days, I figured I'd get him a meal in case I seen him. I didn't see him.
Well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
You take care, son.
Yeah, he went to Lincoln High School too, in Garfield. You guys probably find a few articles on both of those schools. It's kind of the classic north side, south side tracks kind of deal there. He went to high school in Tacoma a long time ago. Now, as far as the poverty goes, this is depravity. It's not that these folks are inherently criminal. It's that they're inherently kicked into the fucking dirt, deprived of the same opportunities as everyone else, and then told that they should thrive. They have the same opportunities as everyone else. They have the same chance as everyone else. No, they don't. Bias is not a joke. Public opinion is not a joke. Public opinion is the narratives that are sold you by the media, by the government, by social media, by special interest groups like BLM, the KKK, and of course, what was that one for exclusively pretty much just for women, even and especially counting women predators like Molly? These places are going to cater to people like Molly. A lot of people that work there, they are there because their dad beat on their mom. The ones whose mom beat on their dad, it's, of course, the same sexism. Well, he's a man. He's a man. So the girls who grew up with a dad who's getting beaten up, they're not generally the ones who go and work for these places or want to work for these places. When a man goes in, it's like, God damn it. One of these. And I'm not supposed to be afraid with situations like Molly. Molly's not nearly as scary as the situation with Natalie Bollinger. Not even close to as scary as the situation with Natalie Bollinger. Not even before Natalie was killed. No, the situation with Natalie Bollinger was fucking critical. Within a week of me leaving Virginia to get the fuck away from her and her family. Within a week of me doing the right thing, as soon as that dumb cunt started playing fucking victim, I left. And then I got to deal with you didn't try to get help there. They tried to send you to these resources. Resources that the closest one was literally 8 miles away. They told me they wouldn't tow my car. They towed my car, so I didn't have access to my car or anything in it. Not even a cell phone charger. It was claimed that I was arrested. Fuck no, I wasn't arrested. I was taken to the fucking hospital because I was fucking dehydrated. I have shown my paperwork on this fucking channel. I've showed the messages between Natalie and I, and Alicia and I, and Maddie Boa and I. I've shown them, I've posted them for the world to see that the narrative that I am being victimized over is fucking bullshit. The situation with Natalie, I am still having to deal with. And many of these other predators who took the opportunity, while it was popular to pretend like I'm the bad guy, they chose that opportunity. All these people who had taken advantage of me because I do not have the advantages that you have. And I got to listen to these people telling me something is not fair, after they tell me life's not fair. I was talking about that situation, and Alexander stopped me and he said, "Are you talking about Molly?" I said, "Yeah, I'm talking about Molly." The fact that you were able to guess that I was talking about Molly. Of course, what I do, I started fucking recording, and as soon as I did, I asked him, "So how are you able to guess I was talking about Molly?" He said, "I didn't guess. You said Molly," and I said, "That crazy bitch." So that's how this video gets to be started, right? And it's Alexander's birthday. He's another one of those people that had to deal with her. It's his birthday today. Did I ask for verification? No, he doesn't come by saying it's his birthday every day. I can believe it's his birthday. He knew he was a Libra and not a Leo. I'm shaking like a leaf. I gotta try to keep my word to Tamsin. I should have messaged her back, right? Just having a shit ton of anxiety, you know? Now, as far as her telling her story, I don't want to share her story because it'll help her. I want her to share it because it'll help all of us. But it's not going to work if I keep fucking interrupting her. A lot of these folks, the conversations that we were having before I started recording, they stop as soon as I start recording because they don't want to say those things on camera. Of course, then they get to talking with me and forget that we're on camera and admit to it anyway. Or they try to give you that philosophical advice. Oh, well, you know, don't burn your bridges. There's no fucking bridge there, dummy. No bridge there. If the bridge is rotten, well, I guess I'll be crossing by firelight. I like that saying. Jesus had one Judas. I have many. But my Judas, none of them have actually succeeded in getting me killed. Yet. I wonder if Judas Iscariot played Molly after Jesus was crucified. Good question. That's one of them philosophical questions based on real life experience. A lot of people want to tell me about their experience, about their injuries, about growing up in the system, but they won't speak up. Not to make their lives better or other people's. They just want to preach it to us. Well, if you're going to tell it to me, I'm going to record it. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me a damn thing. Don't. If you don't want me to do a damn thing about it except listen, well, I'm not about that. I am about actually changing it. When I speak to any of you about my problems, it is not because I just need somebody to listen. Ever. If I'm calling for a fucking cop there, I need to talk to that fucking cop. I don't need my friends when that cop asks, is it just something where we need somebody to listen? No, it's not. Graham slept through most of that situation. He woke up within maybe fucking 10 minutes of the fucking cops getting there. Maybe. He had no fucking clue what had been going on for the last 7 hours. Now, Tabby, the reason that she's angry with me and stabbed me in the back after everything that I fucking did there, including trying to keep her and her family safe and recording that shit with Joshua Eichelberger. When she had court with him, she wanted those recordings, and god damn it, I would have loved to have been able to fucking send them to her. If I wasn't busy running around like a chicken with my fucking head cut off, trying to find a fucking place where I could even sit down and fucking do so. But because I was mad at Graham, see, I got those, at least that one half of a situation from a body camera. When I was trying to turn in Ted Bollinger and Alicia Bollinger over the shit that they were pulling at my grandma's goddamn funeral. You know, after all the shit that those people pulled before Natalie was fucking killed. And then all of the hell that they put me and my loved ones through when Natalie was killed and after Natalie was fucking killed. And just kept on fucking repeating it. Just like Molly. Nobody actually put any effort towards putting a stop to it. The only way to put a stop to it was for someone to go in with me. I had spoken to lawyers. When I said, hey, you have to call the lawyers with me, that's because that's what the lawyers told me to do. If you're being called mentally ill, you need a guardian and an advocate. Depending on the state, they call them different things. My money was being used to pay my fucking predators. It was being used to pay Ken and Leah for ripping me off because I had no other place to go at that point. And then, of course, when I have to go in by myself and try to get the paperwork, try to get something started, I'm sent to the wrong fucking place repeatedly. Same thing that happened to Tamsin. You get sent to all the wrong places, and then one of them pretends that they're the one that's supposed to help you. Like with Jen Beebe in Region 1. They're the ones who are supposed to help me to turn in the abuse and get a stop put to it. They're the ones who are supposed to be mandated reporters and help me to turn that stuff in. That was Jen Beebe, her boss Teal, And of course, somebody who's in many of my stories, and I have many, many of her business cards that I've shown on this channel. Each one of those represents an appointment that I went to with a therapist. All that therapist did, that's Nicole Peralta. All that therapist did, and all Jen Beebe did, was waste my time and ride the fucking paycheck. Make excuses. Not lift a goddamn finger to actually help stop the abuse that I was telling them about. Every single fucking appointment, telling them, I have it fucking recorded. Look at it, please. Please look at it. But it's always the, what chance do you think you'll have of finding someone to represent you? I'm coming to mandated reporters, so as far as representation goes, no. At that point, I need you to do your job to turn it in. Not set me up for another appointment that I have to go to next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. And if I can't make it to these appointments, you kick me out of the program. And if you don't fucking show up, you kick me out of the program. I joined that fucking program because I was told you were supposed to help me to turn in my predators. That you were supposed to help me to get help stopping the shit that I am going through. The fucking harassing and threatening phone calls by people like fucking Tim Beeson. I was getting phone calls. I was getting fucking emails. The phone calls started fucking all the way back in goddamn January. Might have been December of 2016, not January of 2017. January of 2017, I was taken in on suicide watch. That's right. You guys accused me of driving Natalie Bollinger to fucking suicide. No, her and her friends pushed me and bullied me to the point that I wanted my life to end. And I was locked up for trying to get help stopping the fucking abuse. I'd already tried to cut that shit off in Virginia by telling the cops what was gonna happen, what their protocol was gonna be. I let them know, and the officer, of course, told me I was wrong and said that if I was right, he would pay to get my car out of towing, because I told him it was going to be towed. He said, no, it's not. I'm not fucking arresting you. I'm taking you to the hospital. It's obvious that you need help. It's obvious you're not trying to hurt anybody. I explained to him about the situation with the broken phone. I explained to him the situation about my car being busted, about how I was stuck there, about how I was I'm autistic. I have nobody there. I have no support group, no support network. I have no money, no funds. I'm fucking stuck. Natalie's mom found her heroin, and yes, I told them that. I was honest about all of it. I was also honest at the hospital. And yes, they absolutely hooked me up to saline and made sure that I had enough in me that I could leave the hospital. And there is so much salt. It's like 0.1 or 0.2% saline solution in the Rocky Mountains. It's 0.9% in Virginia. That will burn your eyeballs for days. As soon as Natalie and Alicia started fucking playing victim, that was it. It was time for me to not fucking be there. I already know as soon as somebody gives me just the precursors of playing victim, that it's time for me to go, because that person is absolutely, at that point, going to be fucking useless. Whatever the hell is going on in their fucking head is not right, and nothing fucking good is going to come of being anywhere near that fucking person. We have taught women that this is fucking okay. So as soon as you get those fucking precursors, those goddamn red flags that it's time to get the fuck out of there, get the fuck out of there. Usually that's good enough, but not always. When you're talking about a fucking drug addict who is pretty and young and female, you are fucked. If everybody that you know is either in the area that she lives in, or you know her from the only area that you know anybody that you can go back to as a support network, and especially as a disabled homeless male, you have to have that support network or you are going to be victimized. And you can see plainly for the last 6 years fucking straight, non-stop fucking victimization and being told that I wanted it. Being told that the things my predators are doing are not against the law. And then if I even threaten to do such things, it's time to arrest me. If I don't threaten to do those things, and I threaten to take them to court, they pretend I'm threatening to kill them. If I threaten to take you to court, and you're pretending that that's a threat against your children's lives, what the fuck is wrong with you, you sick piece of shit? But oh yeah, I got a dick. That's right, I forgot about the penis. I forgot that in the United States of America, no matter how many actually good laws that we have on the books that are supposed to give us equality, we have those laws because people hold those bias and harm the wrong person, and that's why we're supposed to have a court of law. But it doesn't work when the court of law has its bias. All right, Tamsin called me, and I tried explaining to her I got to make it short because my YouTube channel is going. She is still going through hell, so understandably she won't stop talking. So I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to calm her down and let her know I'm going to call you and you're going to do the talking. And she's telling me it's going to be a big step. She doesn't know if she's ready for that, things like that. Well, here's the thing, is it's her story. Hers. For me to try to direct the story where she asks me to direct it, I can't direct it. It's not a movie. It's your story. It's your life. It's your experience. You know it's important. You know your story better than I do. You know your experiences better than I do. You know what you were there for, and I wasn't. You know how you felt in that moment. You know what the people said to you. It's your story. Anyway, I got to end this so that I can get everything prepared to help her to do that. So, good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind. Be ever vigilant.